What is going on, guys? Bruin Steel here. Welcome back to another WWE broadcast. I'm your host, Bruin Steel, and I am once joined by Canadian Yorker. So today we are recapping this pay-per-view. It's a late video, so we apologize. I was out of town, but Canadian Yorker couldn't do the recap, so we're here on a Tuesday right after the Monday Night Raw. So it's a late video, so we apologize. So this is our recap for the Clash of the Castle. So how are you doing tonight, Canadian Yorker?
Doing awesome tonight. How about yourself?
Good. How did you think? How did you feel about Clash of the Castle? Honestly, I thought it was a great. It was a great pay per view. It was awesome. How did you feel about it before we start?
It was great. It was controversial. It was it was like a box of chocolate all wrapped up in one package. You never knew what you were going to get, but it was something special. That's it.
All right, so let's get started. So hopefully I got my picks right. I think I know. I think I missed like two or three. I think Canadian Yorker here had a perfect prediction. But moving on to the first match of the Clash at the Castle, I was surprised this was the opening match. It was for the undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles, an I Quit match. I honestly thought that was going to be the main event, but this match was the opening show, so that's surprising to see that this should have been the main event, honestly. But this match was great. I know Cody Rhodes got busted open. Like, what is going on with Cody Rhodes getting busted open and all? First, he got busted open by The Rock, and now AJ Styles. But it's crazy. Cody Rhodes' mom was in the stand, and we saw AJ Styles being so disrespected. He pulled a Rock, saying that he was gonna whoop Cody's ass. He actually went up to Cody Rhodes' mom and yelled at her, and then that's when Cody Rhodes' mom slapped him multiple times. And then that's when AJ Styles started beating Cody Rhodes with a kendo stick and then a steel chair. I know AJ Styles at one point failed a phenomenal forearm and then fell through a table. Went through a table, and then I think AJ Styles tried to handcuff Cody, but that didn't work out. Cody Rhodes hit Styles with Cody Rhodes hit Styles with crossroads multiple times, and that's when Cody Rhodes handcuffed AJ Styles to the rope, and that's when Cody Rhodes hit AJ Styles with a chair. And then that's when he asked the referee to ask AJ if he wants to quit. And then that's when AJ Styles says, "Go to hell, Cody Rhodes." And that's when Cody Rhodes grabbed the steel steps. AJ Styles was terrified. Cody Rhodes got the steel steps. AJ Styles is handcuffed, terrified. But then eventually he had no choice. He was scared. He didn't want to get hit. AJ Styles said, "I quit." Forcing Cody Rhodes still hit him with the steel steps right away. So, but AJ Styles said, "I quit." Cody Rhodes retains the undisputed WWE Championship, surviving a beatdown. Survives the unbelievable match. Cody Rhodes is still your undisputed WWE Champion. What a match. Yeah, Cody Rhodes defeats AJ Styles in the I Quit match to retain the undisputed WWE Championship, and I believe me and you got this match right. We both picked Cody Rhodes in this match. So, what are your thoughts on this match?
As much as AJ Styles showed his desperation to make Cody Rhodes quit and to insult the Rhodes family, and because he beat Cody Rhodes' father, Dustin Rhodes, and he almost beat Cody before. I mean, it's the second time they've clashed, and Cody beats AJ Styles and forces him to quit. Um, it really shows that Cody's really grown a lot as a person, as character. He's not the same type of Cody as he was before in the past. He's a champion now, and he's showing his dominance in his title defense against AJ Styles. And honestly, I do believe that in the future, AJ Styles does have it in him for one more title shot opportunity. If he can achieve it, he can definitely do it. He's done it before. But Cody Cody does have the struggles, but he can definitely come out on top as the fighter that he is. It's a good win for AJ for Cody. So good win for him.
Yeah. By the way, after the match, we see Cody Rhodes celebrating, and then who comes up behind him? Solo Sikoa and the rest of the bloodline starts to beat up Cody Rhodes, and then he gets saved by Kevin Owens and who was the other guy? Randy Orton. Excuse me. So this is interesting. So there's a lot of angles in this attack, this brawl. You got Solo Sikoa clapping his hands, and then he looks at Cody Rhodes, and that's when it was an ambush. Tama and Lola attack Cody Rhodes. That's when he gets saved by Randy Orton. So people are saying that Cody's next challenger is probably going to be Solo. But if you guys saw the clip, Randy Orton started celebrating with Cody, right? But then we see Randy Orton can't keep his eye off Cody's title. So we see Randy Orton staring at Cody's title for a good 5 minutes until they started walking to the back. So there's a lot of angles here. So people are still saying, oh, it's going to be Randy and Cody at SummerSlam. But knowing that Solo attacked Cody, Solo even said that Cody Rhodes is going to be his next target because obviously Solo wants to get revenge from for Roman after Cody defeated Roman. So we have to see. All I can say is probably Cody versus Solo at Money in the Bank, and then they're just gonna probably book the Randy Orton and Cody at SummerSlam. That's just my thoughts, but we have to see what happens. I won't be surprised if there's a 6-man tag team match. That's gonna be amazing if it happens. Cody, Randy, and Kevin versus the Bloodline. Imagine that. That could be a possible booking of a match at a pay-per-view. We never know. But before we get into the next match, any thoughts on that one part I just said?
Yeah, there are many angles that are definitely coming out of it. Cody, even though Cody won the WWE title, thanks to all the people that helped him out to win the WWE title, Jade, there's Randy, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, all these guys helped Cody to win. Cody was, man, I mean, all of them helped him to win. Cody could not have done it without him. Solo Sikoa, of course, we know that he definitely can be the one that is the next challenger for Cody. We know the Bloodline definitely wants revenge against Cody for what he did to the Bloodline. Another thing is that Randy Orton, looking at Cody's title, I mean, Randy has 14 world championships right now. If he actually wins another one, then he will be the number 15. He has potential to eventually pass Triple H, eventually pass Ric Flair. I mean, that would be amazing. And, our friend Joey would love to see Randy Orton win that title for the 15th time. It would make it amazing for him to actually win it. But we have to see what's going to happen with the Bloodline, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Obviously, there's no love lost between Randy and Kevin and the Bloodline. They don't like each other. Paul Heyman, of course, definitely has some angle there too. Roman's definitely going to be coming back in the future. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that are happening, and it makes it interesting with the story with what's going to be going on in the future. So.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to the next match, we got the triple threat match. Triple threat for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. We got Bianca, Belair, and Jade Cargill defending the titles against Alba, Fyre, and Isla Dawn versus Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark. So, this was a great match. Honestly, this was a shocking match to me. By the way, Alba, Fyre, and Isla Dawn was the hometown heroes They're Scottish, so they're fighting in front of their home country, and I think it was Alba. It was Alba Fyre's mom who died passed away, who died in a car accident. Yeah. Look, getting into this match, I just gotta say this. I'm saying this out of what I saw. Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark should be standing your new WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. I know it's crazy, but if you look at the replay, we see Shayna Baszler actually forcing Jade Cargill to tap out. So we see Shayna Baszler with that submission hold on Jade Cargill, and this is Jade Cargill right here. Referee didn't see it. I don't know what happened, but I'm saying this out of what I saw. Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark should be your new champs. But moving on, I guess referee didn't see it. But moving on, Bianca and Jade did put up a fight, but it happened towards the end. The big play, Bianca hitting a 450 knee splash to Shayna Baszler's back. That knocked her out. That's when Dawn hit Cargill with a German suplex. That's when they let Alba Fyre pin Shayna Baszler. So yeah, Alba Fyre sneaks that cover on Shayna Baszler and gets the 3. We got new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn. So this match, look, people are going to be like, oh, this match was rigged because they're just going to give it to Alba Fyre because this match, her winning the championship is in honor of, her mom dying and, knowing that both of these girls are from Scotland and saying that this is rigged. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn. I'll say this again. I'll say this again. I said this before in previous broadcasts. Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn deserve pushes. Like, they didn't do shit when they were on SmackDown. Like, we didn't see them, for 80% of the time when they were on SmackDown. But in this match, they got a push. It was like, oh, about time Alba and Fry and Dawn actually are in something that's meaningful. So as shocked as I am, they deserve the titles. They just needed a push. So, and people are gonna be like, oh, it's rigged. They only won because they were fighting in their hometown, and then they only won because it's the honor. When them winning the titles in honor, that's because of the honor of Fry's mom dying, and his aunt passed away. That's why the only reason why they won. But look, I'll say this again: they deserve the championship. They deserve a run with it. They need something big. Like I said, they were nowhere to be found when they were on SmackDown. But yeah, Alba Fyre and Dawn are your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. And in terms of Bianca and Jade, I'm shocked. I thought they were going to hold on to the title for a really long time. They might be building a storyline where Bianca actually turns heel finally and then maybe turns on Jade. Maybe after a couple weeks, Bianca will blame Jade for the loss. So we might see a Bianca turn coming up really soon. Maybe she will turn against Jade Cargill. Maybe they will get a rematch, but then after the match, after they lose, Bianca will turn on Jade. Maybe it's coming up. We don't know. So what are your thoughts on this match?
I'm going to have to agree with you that the shocking results, Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn shockingly winning this tag team title match was a surprise to me as well. I never expected them actually be there, especially given the personal situation that happened with Alba Fyre losing her mother in a car accident and having her father in he's fine. He survived the car accident, but I'm sure he's still in the hospital. It's definitely not an easy situation to be in, especially for going through something as traumatic as what happened with a fire. I never actually expected them to be there, Clash of the Castle, because I had done a couple of videos regarding what's going to happen. I guess I was wrong in my prediction going forward. That
like I said before, these two, Alba and Isla, they deserve a push. Like I said, when they were on SmackDown, they didn't have any screen time except like backstage segments or whatever. But they didn't do shit when they were on SmackDown. But now they're on Raw. Now they're getting a push right here, and they deserve a push.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's what happened with what's going on. But Fyre is definitely needed for them to get a push. And I mean, what a magnificent way to get a push, especially in a good way to make tribute to your loved ones. So yeah, I mean, uh, I was good. I was expecting Jade and Bianca to win and retain their titles because they are a dominant team.
I
We've seen
think
their dominance.
like I said, I think them losing is just a build up. I think the losing is the build up to Bianca turning on Jade Cargill really soon. Like one is going to turn on the other, but the most importantly is it's going to be Bianca turning heel to Jade. So I think that's the big. I think this is a wake. I think this is a beginning to storyline to lead to that when Bianca turns heel, betraying Jade.
I believe it could be one or the other.
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be Jade turning heel. I think Bianca's due for a turn heel, so I can see Bianca maybe getting jealous of Jade's skills in the ring, and then he just goes off.
Well, we don't know. We're going to have to see how things are going forward. Uh, Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark, like what I've mentioned before, they are a dangerous team. They know how to. They're dangerous strikers. They are Shayna Baszler making Jade Cargill tap.
They, like I said, I'm just seeing what I saw. Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark should be champions because I saw Jade Cargill tapping out to Shayna Baszler's submission hold, and this week on Raw, Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark confronted Alba and Isla, saying that they should be champions, and they're not wrong.
Yeah, I gotta say that also. Shayna Baszler and Bianca both had knee issues going into the match at Clash in the Castle. So for them to still perform at the same level of performance that they both had, even though they both suffered knee issues, is something admirable in itself going forward because that really shows the testament and the commitment that both of these ladies have to fighting their matches, fighting and actually overcoming difficulties that they got. So I mean, it's quite an amazing way to win. It's quite amazing that Fyre and Don were able to sneak away with the win against Zoey Stark and Shayna Baszler. Against Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark and Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, because I would like to see a rematch because it's at the same time they pulled off with a sneak win. However, I definitely think that there should be a rematch here because it makes more sense for there to be a rematch because we need to see who is the clear winner.
Yeah, we definitely got to see a rematch. But moving on, we got a lot to do, and oh my god, this video. moving on, we got the next match. We got the Intercontinental Championship between Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. So Alpha Academy was out for this match at ringside. Obviously, I picked Chad Gable. I actually thought that he was gonna have the Creed brothers come out, but I guess I was wrong. So I was like, maybe Chad will probably win without help. We'll see. But then the distraction, it's just like Chad Gable is just a menace. This is your own fault for getting distracted in this championship match. Instead, you're just bullying your whole Alpha Academy squad. At one point, Sami Zayn kind of tripped Chad Gable or whatever that, and then it kind of made Maxine had she was on crutches, and then she wasn't on crutches. She had this cast on her leg. I don't know what injury she has. I didn't see anything online regarding that injury on her leg. She had a cast. And this past Monday, she actually had she had crutches. So I didn't hear about an injury that Maxine had, but it looked like Sami Zayn accidentally pushed Chad into Maxine. Maxine kind of hurt her ankle even more, and then that's when Otis was about to hit Sami, but then didn't, and then instead he just grabbed Maxine in his arms and then just walked to the backstage, and Chad Gable just got distracted. That's what you get for getting distracted. Sami Zayn then takes advantage and hits the hula kick to Chad Gable. Sami Zayn gets the win. Oh boy. Sami Zayn defeats Chad Gable by pinfall. Oh my god, I thought the Creed brothers were going to come out. I guess they're going to save that for later. We have to see, but maybe even not. They might not even do a faction with the Creed brothers, but Chad Gable is done. I don't know if he's going to get another shot at the title. This is like, what, his fourth loss? I don't even know, but poor Chad Gable. Sami Zayn is still your Intercontinental Championship. What are your thoughts?
Otis has every right to remove Maxine and Sarah out of the way of Chad Gable. Chad Gable, I mean, this guy, what else can he do, man? He's literally trying to make his whole team heel. He's pushing them against their wishes, but it's not working. It's not a good combination for Chad and for Alpha Academy. So Chad and Alpha, they're going to break up eventually. Chad is going to have to go out about his singles way and become a successful singles competitor. It's unfortunate that he keeps losing, and he's losing because he's beating himself. He's beating himself. He can't get out of his own way. He's distracting himself from actually winning, and so he doesn't actually know how to win as a singles competitor. He has to use other people to help him win. And that's not allowing him to not find the success that he's looking for. And that's unfortunate for him.
Yeah.
For Sami Zayn, it's a great pickup win for Sami. It's an easy win for Sami. As Chad is just getting in his own way, so all Sami has to do is just do what he has to do, and then he wins, and he takes on the next challenge.
All right, yeah. So, Sami survives once again. Chad is pissed off, and something happened to him. Monday Night Raw, but we're not doing that now. We're doing that tomorrow. But we got two more matches. The next match, we got the singles match between Bayley defending her WWE Women's Championship against Piper Niven. Obviously, Piper Niven is the home hero from Scotland. And obviously it was an emotional night for her. Look, I don't like Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. I was watching this match and I was surprised Chelsea Green wasn't even there. I was like, oh, she's gonna come. That bitch is gonna come later in the match. Watch, and that's exactly what the fuck happened. Chelsea Green being a bitch and trying to help Piper Niven later, and she comes out in a Rey Mysterio mask. And then that's just what happens. But like I said, Piper Niven is a strong lady. This is Bayley's toughest test, and we'll have to see what happened at SummerSlam. But talking about this match, obviously, Piper Niven did take control. Bayley did put up a fight. And then Chelsea Green was caught trying to intervene, of course. And I called this bitch. And it's like, oh, this bitch better get injected from the ringside. And this was exactly what happened. The referee injects Chelsea Green from ringside. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. And that's when Bayley took advantage, was able to hit a nice... I don't know what that move that Bayley hit on Piper Niven. It was deadly. But I'm not remember. It was a tiger driver. I think that's what it was. And then I think it was a crucible bomb, high stack. Oh, it was a high stack score crucified bomb. It was kind of like a huge DDT or something like that. But Bayley with an unbelievable move to defeat Piper Niven to retain the WWE Women's Championship. Obviously, Piper Niven is pissed off. She said in the interview saying that between her and Bayley it's not over, so we could possibly see a rematch between Bayley and Piper at Money in the Bank. Piper Niven said she is not even done with Bayley, so we have to see what happens. But what are your thoughts on this? Bayley defeating Piper Niven by pinfall, and Chelsea Green, that bitch, getting injected. Let's go.
Well, Chelsea Green's going to do what Chelsea Green does. Chelsea Green's going to try to interfere. It's not going to work because she gets caught. And
She's like the female version of Logan Paul, trying to cheat and then interfering. Yeah.
oh god, I don't want to think about that. What I want to think about is that Bayley is, picking up her wins. She actually won against Piper Niven, who she struggled against in the past. Would have been interesting to see Piper Niven's. If I'm surprised Nia Jackson had come out of nowhere and attacked Bayley from behind after her loss to Piper Niven. What's interesting
Did that happen?
Is
Did that happen? I didn't see that part.
it did not happen. It did not happen.
Oh, why did you say that? Did that Nia Jax came out?
If it did happen, it would have been.
I was confused. Like,
crazy.
it's like, what are
So I'm
you?
just
What?
saying.
It was like, what are you talking about? I didn't see that at all.
I know that's not what happened. I'm saying if it did happen, it would have been crazy if it did. But going forward, Piper Niven's, we're seeing just how good Piper Niven is as a singles competitor, and it's obviously Piper Niven definitely has a long way to go. She definitely doesn't need Chelsea Green to help her win.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
the match.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea Green steps up. So you face everyone in that group. First, Piper Niven at Clash, and then you face Chelsea Green at Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
But then we all know that's just gonna be that's just gonna be a 5 minute match of Bayley whooping that ass.
Yeah, pretty much. It is. Piper doesn't need Chelsea Green to help her win.
Yeah, I can see Piper Niven said in an interview. Piper Niven said in an interview she's not done with Bayley. They could have a rematch on an episode of Smackdown, or they could just book it again. They could just book it at the next pay-per-view of Money in the Bank.
Right, that's exactly right. I mean,
they could go all in. They could do like a last woman standing. They could do something crazy. Steel cage match.
Whichever works. Whatever works. We'll have to see the rematch.
All right. So moving on to the main event. Like I said, I was kind of shocked that this was the main event instead of the Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles I Quit match. The main event is the World Heavyweight Championship match. Damian Priest defending against Drew McIntyre. So I think I missed a bunch of matches. I don't really watch too much of this match. I don't know if you did, but it just went back and forth. I know, let me see, did the Judgment Day get involved? I don't even remember if they did. Let me see. I don't think they did. Okay, that's a shock. Okay. So it went back and forth. It was a hard hitting match, honestly. I seen highlights. I think at one point Damian Priest countered a Claymore with a South of Heaven and almost won, but Drew McIntyre kicked out. And then I think Damian Priest, let me talk about him. He almost broke his ankle. I don't know what happened. I think he was trying to go over the top rope and hit Drew, but then his left or right ankle got caught on the top rope, and it was a scary situation because the referee was kind of like trying to take his leg off, and you sent a message saying that he might possibly retire the title, just forfeit it. But that was a scary moment for Damian Priest's leg, so hopefully he's okay. But then at the end, it was like, I think the referee got knocked out, and then let me see, the referee was in an unintentional collision. The referee did get knocked out, but then Drew McIntyre hit the Claymore kick, and then another referee comes in, but only counts 2. But then there he is. It's CM Punk dressed as a referee, and Drew McIntyre kind of grabs him to the corner, and then that's when CM Punk punches McIntyre in the groin and exits the ring. Damian Priest takes advantage, lands a South of Heaven chokeslam on Drew McIntyre, and gets the win. Drew McIntyre is livid. I think Adam Pearce or Triple H fined him for. So basically, Drew McIntyre lost it after the match. That's when he got fined. I think he got fined like 3,000. I don't even know, but he got fined for putting his hand on the WWE wrestling official, and then he was like swearing. He was pissed off, and then he put his hands on Corey Graves. That's a no-no, Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre is pissed. So what are your thoughts of this match? Damian Priest winning thanks to a CM Punk. I called it too. I said it. I called it. I called CM Punk was going to interfere.
Who did you call? Who did you call to win?
We both said Damian Priest. I said Damian Priest wins thanks to a CM Punk distraction.
Yeah, it was coming. It was coming. However, we never expected this to happen in this fashion. It's certainly a controversial.
Yeah, that's two times. I understand why. Like, I don't blame Drew McIntyre swearing, putting his hands on a WWE official, and then putting his hands on Corey Graves. That is 2 years in a row or whatever. 2 times in his home country at Clash, he gets screwed. I don't blame him.
That not only made the sacrifice effect.
First it was Solo Sikoa screwing Drew out of the title against Roman, and now it's CM Punk screwing under Damian Priest.
But guess what? After the event happened, there were fights that broke out in the crowd over people were very upset. The audience was very upset with the loss of Drew McIntyre lost to CM Punk to Damian Priest. And I'm going to say this, that, the WWE has done screw jobs before. The WWE screwed Bret Hart. Bret Hart got screwed in Montreal. Everybody remembers the Montreal screw job, where Bret Hart gets screwed over by Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon and loses his title. And of course, we have Drew McIntyre losing in his home country instead of. And on top of this, Drew McIntyre was supposed to be the one to win because his wife actually was undergoing surgery.
And we also saw Sami Zayn. We also saw Sami Zayn getting screwed in his hometown when he faced Roman Reigns in his home country at Elimination Chamber.
Exactly. Yes, we have had that happen.
We saw Cody Rhodes getting screwed in that first WrestleMania match against Roman.
Yeah. We've seen that happen before. This is not the first rodeo.
And then now we see, Liv Morgan screwing Selena Vega in her matches now.
Wow. There's a lot.
That's gotta be a storyline. We talked about later, but you gotta book that Triple H. There's a storyline there. Liv Morgan needs an opponent. Money in the Bank. Liv Morgan versus Selena Vega. Book it. This gotta happen. So far, Liv has cost Selena Vega like 2 matches. That's gotta be a bit up to the match between those two at Money in the Bank. I wouldn't be surprised if they save that for SummerSlam, knowing that Rhea Ripley isn't medically cleared till then. Everyone thought that maybe that's when Rhea comes back, but apparently not. So.
Well, it's going to be Rhea's definitely going to be coming back after SummerSlam because she is rehabbing her shoulder. She is not taking surgery for that shoulder. She is rehabbing it. So it's going to take her a little bit longer to get her shoulder back to 100%. Going back to Drew versus McIntyre, Drew versus Damian Priest. I believe that Drew McIntyre had the opportunity to win against Damian Priest because he definitely had the opportunity to win had not CM Punk intervened and actually messed him up and caused him to lose the match. And for CM Punk to do that to Drew McIntyre, just to fly all the way from Chicago and go to Scotland and actually screw him and screw Drew McIntyre.
Kind of like when AJ Styles. That's kind of like when AJ Styles jumped on the plane, flew all the way to Australia to screw LA Knight in the Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the same thing as this. It leaves a bad taste in people's mouth. And that's exactly what happened with Drew McIntyre losing his chance to win his title back at Clash in the Castle. In front of his fans, too. That just leaves everybody a bad taste in people's mouth, and people don't like that.
Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, it's like people, it's like, oh, Drew is still gonna be a heel, but I feel like because the CM Punk abuse just keeps going, I think that CM Punk abuse is gonna turn Drew into a face. I might be 100% wrong, so but I don't know. Like, I just feel like, because people were thought that, oh, Drew's gonna be the face of this feud and Punk the heel, but now it's like the other way around. CM Punk is the face, Drew is the heel.
Yeah, what's
Because Drew is the one that made the first move, injuring CM Punk's arm. That was the first move that Drew did, and then CM Punk has every right to screw Drew over because Drew was the one that hurt his arm.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, there's a lot of things.
It's a build up. It's just a build up. It's just a build up to Punk and Drew facing each other, and I think that's gonna happen at Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. We have to see what happens. People think it's gonna be Drew and CM Punk. Like, I don't know. Bad Blood is pay-per-view is coming back, so people was like, oh, put CM Punk and Drew McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah. I also want to just talk briefly about Damian Priest now. Damian Priest going over the top rope, getting his leg caught in that horrible situation. You know, he just basically got flipped over and almost breaks.
Wait, all right. So we can save that for when we talk about Raw. We can.
I just want to mention that. You know, I thought that when that happened, he almost injured his ankle. He almost broke his leg right there. I mean, I was thinking that because that happened to him, it would cause him to vacate his title, just like it caused Rhea Ripley to vacate his title. If this happened again, if Damian Priest actually broke his leg, and thank goodness it didn't happen, he's actually cleared that he didn't actually break his leg. His leg is fine and so. But if it did happen, oh man, we're gonna have to see a Wild West thing going on. Everybody's going after the title now because Damian Priest is not the one in charge. Gunther had possibility of getting a shot to get it. Jey Uso, all these guys that have potential to be world heavyweight champion, they can now get it because Seth Rollins is not there, Damian Priest is not there. Drew McIntyre can certainly get his title opportunities there. I mean, that is wild. You know, it would be crazy if Damian Priest definitely got injured for real. And I mean, you can definitely see the member of the Judgment Day getting it. Finn Balor would be the next person in line to be the guy to get the title shot. I mean, that would be great.
Yeah. But anyways, that is our recap for Clash at the Castle 2024. It was a great pay-per-view. In terms of grading, I give this was an amazing show. So I give this a plain A. How about you?
I am giving it. Man, it's a tough one. I would want to give it an A because of the controversial ending to the show. I am going to give it a B plus. It's definitely going to say it was a great show, but there was definitely some controversial endings for some matches that going on besides the Cody and AJ thing. The Jade, the Alba Fyre thing. You got to see some rematches that have to happen.
First things first, rematch. Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark, they deserve a rematch. Like I said, they should be champions. The referees didn't see Jade tapping out, so that's going to be a rematch. They could book at that Money in the Bank. Alba, Fyre, and Isla, Dawn, and Shayna Baszler. They could book that match at Money in the Bank.
I believe that I think Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark are 2-0. They're like undefeated against Alba Fyre and Dawn.
Yeah.
I mean, they've beaten them before, so
that would be so horrible if it's truth. Like, they just won the tag team titles in honor of her mom, just to lose the titles like later on. Oh my God.
I don't see that happening.
No, I don't see it.
I don't see that happening. So.
They like I said before, they deserve a huge push. Like I said, they weren't doing shit when they were on SmackDown.
it's kind of unfortunate that Bianca and Jade could not get another title return defense, because I would love to have seen them actually get more title resist retain the title a little bit longer,
Yeah.
because we just saw a little potential preview of how great they could be together. And I mean, me and you, man, those ladies are powerful. They are strong. Man, they are a really good tag team.
All right, so that will do it for Clash at the Castle. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Bruin Steels. This is Canadian Yorker. Be sure to like, subscribe, check out Canadian Yorker's YouTube channel. The link will be in the description, as well as our wrestling channel, WWE Wrestling Bro. That YouTube link will be in the description as well. And we are officially the road to Money in the Bank, which is taking place in Canadian Yorker's own town or country, whatever, in Toronto. So, road to Money in the Bank. Oh my God, I love Money in the Bank. We saw Damian Priest win it, but took forever for him to cash in. So we have to see who's going to win on the men's side, and who wins on the women's side. That briefcake will guarantee you a championship match at any time, any place. So that's why I like about it, because you see a bunch of ladders getting set up, and then it's amazing. But Money in the Bank is the road to Money in the Bank. I believe Money in the Bank is July 6th. Which is a Saturday, I think. So it's next month. We're almost there, actually. So it's a couple weeks.
Okay.
So it's a Saturday. So in Toronto, Canadian Yorkers, home country, whatever. Yeah. So road to Money in the Bank. So that will do it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Bruce Steele. This is Canadian Yorker, and we are out of here. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night.